It's kind of tragic if you think about it. You know, if America didn't undergo so many public shootings, then Freddy Fazbear might have never considered running for president. We live in a very strange time as of recently, and to say it's been gentle on the working man would absolutely be a lie. We got fascists running through the streets, corporations making government decisions, William Afton having every A-tier send-off of his character get ruined by the next game. All this while the Biden administration tries to convince us that our president isn't just a corpse in a chair. Presidents have always been called all sorts of things throughout the years, but I've never heard one be called senile before. And that's what he is. This man either has no attention span or just straight up dementia. And the worst part about voting for him is that I might have to do it again. Because this year's election is looking to be Republican, right? And oh my god, our options are We got Mr. Raid on the Capitol himself getting charged with new crimes by the hour, and a brown shirt bigot from Florida trying to make a name for himself. Really, I'm shocked at this, because knowing how awful all these options are, I still think it'll be the best election year ever. Because if you haven't heard the news, Freddy Fazbear has just publicly announced that he will be running for president in the 2024 election. Today's a good day. You know, he already has my vote. No need to explain his plan. But the thing is, there's a lot of questions that still haven't been answered yet. I mean, I love Freddy Fazbear, but why is he running for office? What political party is he siding with? Does Biden have anything to say about it? You know, it is just the first day of his announcement. I'm sure it'll all be answered soon enough, but you know, it's fun to speculate. First off, why is he running for office? He seems pretty happy as a self-made businessman at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Well, the thing is, that's where you'd be wrong. Yeah, he looks happy on the outside when you see him dancing around in the video games, but in the books, you get to read about a whole new side of him that would never be shown on screen. Most notably in his book, The Silver Eyes, where what probably is the darkest reading out of all the Fnaf books is read. The passage I'm talking about can be found on page 142, and hopefully I don't get copyright claim for reading it. The passage reads, Freddy sunk into his couch, watching in horror as the TV illuminated the dark room around him, for on its screen broadcasted live what was not yet known as the Columbine shooting. It was that day a sickly fire engulfed Freddy Fazbear's heart, and remained as such for years, barely even dimming from the passage of time. It wasn't until over a decade later, nearing Christmas of all days, did Freddy return to his screen and watch the horrors unfold yet again at the Sandy Hook Elementary. From there, he learned something about the world around him. From the smallest gun to the largest nuke, man will invent things they should not have. But the only true way to ensure our safety as a species is if those who wish to harm others lived in constant fear that the man next to him would inflict just as much harm. So long story short, Freddy Fazbear is pro-gun. I guess that's fair enough. He does look rather strapping with a firearm in his grasp. But you know what that means, right? Freddy Fazbear is most likely a Republican. There's already a few things that were pointing to that, you know, like the gun thing, obviously. But like how his father, Scott Cawthon, is also a Republican, and got all his holes resized on Twitter because of it. But we're not looking at the second reason why he's got a shot at the Republican Party. He has a second father, a really rich one known as Fredbear Golden, aka Golden Freddy. You see, after the rise and fall of his restaurant chain Fredbear's Family Diner, he moved onto the oil industry and started the company known as Fredbear Oil and Power, where he is currently trying to drill in the Arctic Circle. But that's besides the point. The point is that his son, Freddy Fazbear, belongs to a very rich family with a heavy interest on business. If that doesn't sound like the Republican dream, then I don't know what does. And despite how you feel about the opposite party from you gotta admit that luck's really favoring us this time around. I'm calling it. 2024 will be a Republican year. And if that's the case, Freddy Fazbear will bring kinship between the two parties and make it what he used to be before 2016. And honestly, I think Biden should be scared. At this point, the only thing he has going on for him in terms of presidential qualifications is the fact that he just isn't Trump or DeSantis. So when Freddy Fazbear shows up, and everyone sees how much better he is than all three of them combined, Biden won't stand a chance. So please be sure to show your support before everything goes to hell. Because, let's be honest, this next year is gonna be so fucked in terms of politics, and by the time that it's over, it's gonna be at its worst. I'm calling it. At least one person is gonna die because of the 2024 election. So I say patching the issue up can't come soon enough. In conclusion, dear viewer, be sure to spread the word and tell everyone you know and love to support Freddy Fazbear. To make America Freddy Fazbear again. That's all I have to say today. Bye.